Of times that the International Criminal Court should either be reformed or African countries should leave. Did you discuss this issue with Chancellor Angela Merkel?
No, we didn't discuss that particular issue.
Is it not important to get the support of countries like Germany and France if you want to reform the ICC?
Well, like I said, this wasn't necessarily the forum to do that, and we are pushing and articulating our case very strongly through the state parties and also through the Security Council of the United Nations, which are the appropriate bodies for us to push that argument. And as I'm sure you're aware, we have articulated our case very clearly and our position with regard to the ICC and the need for its reform very clearly, and we shall continue to do so.
So what is your position? Do you want to reform the ICC, or do you want to follow the example of the Rwandan foreign minister who said here on DW that African countries should leave the International Criminal Court?
We want reform, but we are also equally prepared to say that we shall leave if we don't get the necessary reforms that we require. But we are seeing it as a court that is not actually fulfilling the mandate that it was supposed to fulfill when the statute itself was first conceived.
Getting more German investors to come to Kenya is another key objective of your trip.
And that's the most important component of our trip, because we believe that we have very strong partnership with Germany. We already have a large number of German companies already invested in Kenya and doing very good business in Kenya, and we want to see that increase, and that was part of the reason why we are here to engage on that particular issue with Chancellor Merkel, and also to engage with the business fraternity of Germany with a view of expanding and increasing investment, but also trade between our two countries.
What can you tell German investors who might be interested to invest in Kenya but who are scared of the high corruption rates?
We are saying that Kenya is moving very fast in terms of reforming its doing business indicators. And one of those, of course, is corruption. And this is an issue that we are taking head on, we are tackling. As I'm sure you've seen, a number of senior ministers and public servants have already been arrested. We are strengthening our laws, working again also with private sector, creating a new bribery bill that we have worked in conjunction with private sector that criminalizes bribery from both the point of the giver as well as the taker, and strengthening the institutions that we have to fight corruption. Currently today, for the first time since we've put all this together, we have a large number of cases already before courts awaiting determination on corruption. So Kenya is seriously addressing this issue, and I believe we are making very good progress in that particular fight.
And on regional peace and stability, the issue of fighting the Islamist al-Shabaab militia in Somalia was also high on the agenda of your talks here, I believe. What additional support from Germany and Europe would you want?
We are all looking at this and recognizing today that we are not fighting national wars. Terrorism is not a national battle. It's a global battle, and we need far greater cooperation from a point of view of intelligence sharing, from a point of view of dealing with de-radicalization, from a point of view of dealing with the causes of extremism. And this cannot be done by any one single country alone, and I think there is growing agreement that we need to strongly partner going forward, as well as working with Germany, in this case, for example, to strengthen and help our own security forces fight this battle better, while we also increase our cooperation in terms of intelligence sharing, because as you know, terrorism has no boundaries. So we who fight terrorism must also not have boundaries, but must be able to share in order for us to have an ultimate victory in this battle.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for the interview.